welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a bit of a different setup. The lighting's not great, but that is just because I'm doing an introduction. I'm doing the audio for something because I have something exciting to show you. Thought I'd make a video dedicated to it, answering some questions and just giving you a little insight into what I am holding right now. If you've followed me for a while, if you follow me on other platforms, you will probably have seen that I illustrated a book. I illustrated a whole goddamn book, which is unbelievable because I used to sit at home, and I say this all the time, I used to sit at home, I used to sit on my floor, on my bedroom floor as a little person, and I used to draw characters. I used to fold it up into little booklets and imagine that one day it would be stocked in WH Smith, in Waterstones, all of these big retailers, and it is. So, introducing the Autistic Guide to Adventure. Yes, you heard me right. This is a book that I illustrated and it's about autism. This is like, honestly, an absolute dream. It's so amazing that the first project like this that I've worked on is actually about autism. Like, I feel really proud that it's something that I feel so many people are going to relate to. It's something that relates to myself. It's something that I feel so connected to, and it's not just a project that is like, I'm drawing something but I don't necessarily understand it, or it's just a visual aspect of something else. This is something that I really connect to and I wish I had as a child. So without further ado, I am going to show you some of the bits inside, the front cover, some of my favourite little things. I'm not going to give away too much, obviously, because you have to go and buy it, okay, if you actually want to see it. But I thought not everybody has the funds to go and buy something, so I thought I'd show you enough of it so that you get a feel for what it's like, but not giving away too much, you know? So the Autistic Guide to Adventure is essentially an adventure book talking autistic people through lots of different tasks, outdoor activities, and basically making it easier for them to feel comfortable doing it. Because I know that there are a lot of things that I won't try because I don't feel like I know enough about it, and I feel like I need that in order to do things. Autistic people need clarity. We need to understand things a lot of the time in order to carry them out and feel comfortable doing them. And that's what this book is for. So, starting off, there are 35 activities in this book, and they range from everything from archery to photography to sailing to conservation volunteering. There are so many things in here that require different skill sets, whether you're a novice, whether you're a beginner, whether you're doing something that you've done so many times but you want to see it from a different perspective. And what's really great is that in a lot of the different activities there are profiles from actual autistic people who do these in their real life, that actually go out and do these, and they answer questions and they talk about it, and I'm one of them. So in the drawing section, obviously I illustrated this book, so I am in there as the profile for the drawing section, which is incredible. And if you are a avid watcher of autism TikTok, you might have heard of Ashley Daniels. Ashley makes a lot of videos about autism. So much advocacy goes on her page, so please go and follow Ashley. What was so special about doing this book is that Ali, the author, and JKP, Jessica Kingsley Publishing, allowed me to have basically complete creative reign over what I did. As long as they were black and white line illustrations, I could do what I wanted, which was really exciting because it meant that I could be kind of sneaky and put in characters that had outfits that sort of came from my wardrobe. And it was also really important for me to show a range of different characters, that have disabilities beyond autism. I'm really proud of just looking at all of these little characters and thinking so many people are going to be able to see themselves in it. And yeah, a lot of them are gender ambiguous. A lot of them are sort of, they don't really feel like they apply to just one person, that there could be men, women, non-binary, genderqueer, people who are figuring themselves out, looking at this book and going, I see myself there. And that was really important to me. I get asked a lot which is my favorite illustration, and I would have to say it's the roller skating, because it's actually the first one that I ever did. When I first started out working on this book, I basically had to send over sort of like a proof copy of one of the illustrations to show that this is the style I'm going to be working in, this is the kind of like depth that I'm going to be putting in, the textures I'm going to be using. And I picked roller skating because I used to roller skate when I was younger. It's something that I sort of don't do as much anymore, but I love them. I've still got my retro roller skates now, and just looking and drawing this really felt like me. The sort of the flared black pants are very much me, and the way that I was drawing this character, I just felt like I related to them so much. And fun story about this one is that when I was actually figuring out the pose for this, I was in a cafe, it was in a cafe that I worked, and I went into the kitchen and I asked one of my friends from work to take a picture of me stood like this. I'll see if I can find it and I'll put it on screen, and this was my reference picture for what she was gonna look like. So she is the original blueprint of all of the illustrations. Another one of my favorite ones is the foraging little person. I feel like this is one of the characters that feel really gender ambiguous, and sort of who could look of that, and so many people could apply themselves to it, and I love that. And I just love the little basket, the little sprigs popping out, and the little hat. I'm sorry, but that little fisherman hat is got to be the cutest thing I've ever seen. I remember not knowing what to do with the face, and when I did the little sideways smile, oh, stunning. What's also so important about this book is that it talks you through the sensory expectations and the support recommendations, which to me is super important, because there are lots of things that I look at and I think, oh, I'm gonna struggle with that because I don't like the feeling of that on my skin. I don't like the feeling of water around me. I don't know what it's gonna smell like, what it's gonna feel like. What are the things that I need to prepare myself for? And Ali wrote this really well, talking about her experience, or talking about the experiences of the people who are in the profiles of this, talking about, for canoeing, for example, if canoeing along the coast, the smell and the taste of the salt can take some adjusting to. Small things like that that can actually make a world of difference to an autistic person going and doing something for the first time. And another important thing to note about this book is that every single activity has a little money key. Again, this is one of the first things that I actually drew up. That was part of the original proof drawings that I sent over. And that key is there to tell you how expensive, how inexpensive, basically how much money this could cost. It doesn't talk you through the actual cost of it, but 1 means that it's fairly cheap, 2 is sort of it's a mid-range activity, and 3 means that it's a lot more expensive than potentially a number 1. I just think that all of the little kit illustrations as well, they're just so cute. Because I can look at them and look at the drawings that I did on my iPad and on the format that I used to draw, but looking at them on paper and actually printed against the actual paper of a book is so special. They take on a whole new life, and I love it. I also thought that it was important to talk about how I got this. So I started making content on TikTok, and I was talking about how I was an illustrator, and it was something that I was just doing at home during lockdown. I was drawing prints and selling them on Etsy, and Ali saw that I was autistic and I was an illustrator, and that was exactly what she was looking for, and she sent me a message on Instagram probably around autumn time of 2021, just saying, hey, I've got a book coming out and I need an illustrator, would you be interested? And it wasn't even a question. It was not a question at all. This was a dream of mine, and for it to be something that means so much to me was super special. So I got drawing towards the end of 2021, sent off the proof drawings, and then I basically had 8 to 8 months to get the whole thing done. So I submitted the drawings for this at the end of June last year. So it was a long time ago. It's publishing on March 21st, so it's been a while. I basically did all of the drawings but the front cover. So I did all of the individual drawings that are on the front cover, but I didn't design the front cover or add the colour that's on it. I just did all of like the basic skeletons of the drawings, and then JKP have somebody that does all of this and all of the colouring. If you have any questions about the process, if it's something that you're looking into, if it's something that you just want to know more about, let me know. I'm happy to answer questions. I will leave the link below of where you can pre-order this in the UK, where you can pre-order it worldwide, but it publishes on March 21st this year. And me and Ali will be doing some book signings. So on the 25th of March, which is going to be the launch event for the book, we are going to be at Cheltenham Waterstones at 4:30. That is March, Saturday the 25th. Then in Newcastle, because we all know that I live in Newcastle, we are having an event on April 8th at Newcastle Waterstones at 2 p.m. These are both free. These events are completely free. You just come along, you can pick up a book, you can come and meet and chat to me, and Ali will sign it. We're also going to be doing a Q&A. The Q&A at Cheltenham Waterstones is going to be hosted by Charlie Clement, another autistic creator here on the internet. So please, if you're able to come to either of those, please come and meet me and Ali. It will mean the world to us. Bring your book along if you've bought one, come and buy one, or just come and chat to us, and there may be some goodie bags. So you heard it here first. Like I said, all the links will be below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you a little insight, whether you were debating buying the book or whether you just wanted to see something that I'd been up to. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.